For this example, I'm going to be using mercerized cotton, and I'm going to use a 4.5 millimeter hook, a crochet needle, and a pair of scissors. And you can use a stitch marker if you want to keep track of beginning and end of your rows. And to start, I'm going to make a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 36. You need to chain an even number. And that's the foundation chain. And beginning in the second chain from the hook, start with a single crochet and then put a single crochet in every stitch in the row. And if you're doing the same number as me, you should have 35. If you have a different number, you should just have one less single crochet in this row than your foundation chain. And that's the end of row 1. For row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and again put a single crochet in all stitches. I'm just moving the tail from the beginning up to the top of my row so it's easier to crochet in with my stitches. And this is the end of row 2. For row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn, and for the last time we're going to put a row of single crochet. So a total of 3 rows of single crochet before we go into that spike cluster stitch. For row 4, chain 1, turn, put a single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to do the 3-row spike cluster. And to do this, you need to insert your hook into 3 different places. The next stitch, 1 row below, and 2 rows below. And you're going to yarn over every time before you insert. So to do this, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert 1 row below, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert 2 rows below, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull your hook through all loops. And you will have 7 loops on your hook when you do your last yarn over, pull through. And then repeat the pattern of single crochet and 3-row spike cluster. And keep repeating that pattern until you get to the end of the row. And the last stitch in the row will be a single crochet. Make sure that you have a skipped place between each of those spike stitches. And make sure the last stitch in the row is a single crochet, just like the beginning, to keep everything nice and straight. And then that is the end of the 4-row pattern. So to continue this, you're just going to repeat 3 rows of single crochet, and you're going to chain 1 and turn at the end of every row. So do 3 rows of single crochet, and then in the 4th row do the single crochet, 3-row spike cluster, and repeat that until you get to the end of the row and do your single crochet at the end of the row, and keep repeating those 4 rows until your project is completed. And I now have the size that I want, so I tied a knot, and then I'm going to weave in my end. And all of my stitch examples that I make, I use for dishcloths or washcloths. And so that's what I'm doing with this. And I usually have them anywhere between an 8x8 to a 10x10, just depending on what the pattern is. And so I'm going to stop this one here. And this is a reversible pattern. However, it does look a little bit different on one side than the other.